Let's bring into the conversation Jonathan Sacerdoti, who's a journalist and broadcaster. Wrote a piece for The Spectator, What Does Gary Lineker Know About Zionism? Remind the listeners why that was the headline to your... I know you didn't write the headline, but why that headlined your article. Good morning.
Morning, Nick. Well, Gary Lineker appears to be a bit of a moron when it comes to talking about Zionism and Israel. I don't think he knows very much. And as I wrote in that article, fair enough. I mean, he's famous for presenting television and playing football, and the presenting television is talking about football. Now, I was a pretty lousy footballer when I was a lad at school. I got picked last in the playground if we lined up against the wall. And you know what? My interest and ability in that sport has remained pretty much nil. But that's why you wouldn't catch me going on television or on the radio or on Twitter to commentate about the World Cup or the Euros. Gary Lineker ought to learn that lesson, just keep his mouth shut. Not because he's embarrassing the BBC, because he's embarrassing himself. The guy is really thick, as far as one can tell. He claims he didn't know the picture of a rat would be offensive to Jews, after he also said that Suella Braverman's language some time ago, talking about immigrants, was reminiscent of Nazi Germany. So he can't have it both ways. Either he thinks he knows about that era of history, or he doesn't. But the idea of Jews as rats, and never mind that, the video itself was shocking, full of lies, full of rubbish.
But to employ your language, Mr. Sacerdoti, and this is your view, okay, so he's thick and he's stupid. Does that mean he can't have an opinion then? Can only intelligent people have opinions?
No, thick people are welcome to their opinions. They're even welcome to share them. But he was enjoying, 1.6 million
1.4.
or something?
1.4.
1.4, sorry. Let's not quibble about that. But 1.4 million of money, which is taken, at the threat of a criminal record, I think, from people who are paying the BBC licence fee. And that brings us to the BBC. I don't even know why they're paying anyone that amount of money. They have no commercial obligation to compete with other broadcasters. They ought to be finding new talent that's cheap, looking to succeed on the way up, not stuffing the already brimming pockets of somebody for 26 years. Forgive me, I don't watch football, so I don't know if he's really good at talking about it, but I would imagine there are tons and tons of brilliant people coming up through the ranks who could replace him really easily. And they don't then necessarily need to go and use the fame that we're all paying for with the licence fee to go and advertise chips and crisps, or to mouth off about Jews and completely troll them constantly with offensive anti-Semitism.
It is reported that there are no shortage of offers coming into Mr. Lineker and his agent or agents if he were to pop up on BT Sport, Sky Sport. How would you react to that?
Yeah, listen, it's a shame that being an anti-Semite or sharing these anti-Semitic comments and then pretending
we don't know he's anti-Semitic, do we?
No, I'll qualify.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a shame that qualifying anti-Semitic and idiotic comments about Jews and Israel, even if you don't understand that that's what they are, doesn't preclude you from working in certain high-profile places. It should be bad for a brand. But as you say, I do like freedom of speech. Gary Lineker ought to be free to talk as much rubbish as he likes about Israel and Jews. But other people at big firms like BT Sports or anywhere else ought to ask themselves if they really want that representing them.